are here at our 42nd annual Can-A-Thon. We are at the Salvation Army in Gwinnett, and we have a special guest, Crash.
Yeah, it's not just me wearing a busted up mask. It's the real Santa. Hi, Santa.
Oh, I'm so glad to be back helping out with 11 Alive and the Salvation Army Can-A-Thon. It's such a great thing to do.
And we appreciate you riding around, and we love the red Chevy wagon over there. Y'all got to get a look at this. By the way, we're going to be putting up so many pictures and photos and everything at 11alive.com. Santa, the off season, we know you're still doing some good and everything. Talk a little bit about what this means to you coming out here and joining us every year for Can-A-Thon.
Well, obviously Santa doesn't have a problem with food insecurity here, but as I travel throughout the year, I see way too many people that have food insecurity issues, and it just hurts me to see that, especially the small children. And what the Can-A-Thon does is it helps the Salvation Army be prepared for the rest of the year when people aren't thinking about giving. You know, like February and March, nobody wants to give because the bills come in from Christmas. So it really helps a lot. And one of the things that I've learned in my journeys and through the helping out with food insecurity is that by having food available, families don't have to spend that money, and they're able to take that money and maybe keep the power on in their house or keep gas in the car so they can get to work. So even though you may see someone and you may think, well, maybe I don't understand why they're getting this, the reality is people are on the edge these days, and the least little thing can tip them over the edge. And by having this resource available, we can make sure that they get fed, because it's critically important, especially for the children and in school, and that we can help them out in the rest of their life.
Yeah, I mean, it's paycheck to paycheck for a lot of people. We call that the working poor. Now, this is Danielle's first Can-A-Thon.
Yes, it is.
Now,
Glad to see you.
I think we should officially find out, Santa, if Danielle's on the nice list or the naughty list.
Yeah.
Well, I think she's on the nice list because remember, good doesn't mean perfect. Crash, though, he's on the needs improvement.
Needs improvement.
Every single year. You know, you think you would learn.
I'm kind of like a scratch and dent sale, you know? I mean, sure, I'll work, but, you know, every now and then you got to kick the TV and see what's happening. So are you making the rounds at all the locations, or did you stop here in Gwinnett first?
I stopped here in Gwinnett first. I'm going to go to the studio in a little bit and meet with some of the people there, and then I'll be at the Croc Center this afternoon. So.
Okay, that's where Cheryl Preheim is.
Yes.
Of course, Chesley McNeil and Melissa Nord are out in Marietta. Chris Holcomb's going to be joining us a little bit later on.
Yes.
And this, of course, is Danielle's first one right here. Yeah, now's the time that there's not a big crowd. If you need to ask Santa anything, now's the time to do it.
Well, Santa, I'm going to ask you for a puppy, okay?
Well, you know, the deal is with puppies, I've got to talk with your grown-ups.
Oh, man, not my grown-ups. I'm probably going to get some cold then, if that's the case.
Well, you know, everybody says coal is a bad thing, but the truth of the matter is coal was a source of heat. So when somebody got coal, it wasn't a bad thing. It's just times change, and you know, people don't think about that anymore.
There you go.
Exactly.
We know the kids are thinking about Santa, and it's the kids that really, it's amazing how these kids in these schools drive the Can-A-Thon. Obviously, mom and dad drive the cars up, they drop it off, and we so appreciate that. But to see these busloads of kids that come up here, and we talked about this before, how well-spoken these little ones are. They're like, well, we need to help the community. That is amazing to see that. That's got to warm your heart, man.
It does. It's so exciting to see the children get involved at such a young age, because when they get involved at that young age, they will tend to stay involved as they grow up. And you create a spirit of giving in someone, and you want to help people out, and that's just what we need to be doing.
Yeah, and that's all what the Salvation Army does. In fact, Danielle, you can hear the bell ringing behind us. We got the kettle out here as well.
Yes, and people can donate monetarily as well. They can go to their website, and if they drive through, there's also a QR code that people can scan and give that way as well.
This is too fancy for Santa. QR code.
A QR code, Santa.
Santa doesn't want to hear about all that Amazon delivery stuff. That's going to put you out of business.
Not a chance.
Now, can we still get the little red wagons, all the easy, you know, the simple toys?
Oh, of course. Those are the most fun because those engage a child's imagination. And sometimes the simpler toys, when you hear the children playing with them and the stories that they're making up and all that kind of stuff, oh, it's just great to hear.
All right, well, we'll talk about my Red Ryder 200-shot carbine BB gun a little bit later on.
You'll shoot your eye out.
We got so much more Can-A-Thon to go, folks, so stick around. Danielle, we need to take some pictures with the big guy.
Exactly. For now, we're going to toss it over to you guys in Atlanta. Cheryl, I hope you're having as much fun as we are out here in Gwinnett.